Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, Miss Maria. Today I would like to talk about social media toxic. And my main topic will be social media toxicity should be punished by law and why. Before I talk more about my topic, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nur Damir Shafina binti Baranori. I am 18 years old and my student ID is 202109020036. My program is Bachelor in Mass Communication. First thing first, I would like to apologize in advance for my grammar because my English is not that good and for the noise that will happen during my presentation. Okay, so I will give you a few reasons why social media is toxic. Okay? You know what? Like nowadays, social media is very, very toxic compared to, back then. I don't know why, but people are so toxic. I will give you a few reasons why. So first thing first, there are many people in social media. When there are many people in social media, it will lead to more opinion are shared. But then the opinion shared by them is mostly negative rather than positive. I don't know why, but I found this type of people when I scroll through Facebook. Like when someone upload or tell something, this auntie and uncle of Facebook will comment negative side rather than positive side. I also don't know why. Like I think their mind only have negative side rather than positive side. Don't be like them, okay? Okay, so the next thing is the most important thing, comparison with others. I love to compare myself with others because I think like I'm not perfect. Like, yeah, everyone is not perfect. Nobody is perfect. But I think like other people are more perfect than me because, like girls, kan? So, yeah. Okay. So, next, this one is important also. Misdirect, miscommunication, misinterpret, and miss out the message all the time. This one I found almost in TikTok. When someone review, it was honest review. Then when someone review like, oh, okay, this cafe is great, but the service is so-so and the food also so-so. But then when it reached to other people, the other people will conclude like, oh, this girl said the restaurant is bad, the restaurant is not nice or whatsoever. This type of people, I don't know why, but they misinterpret what that girl or that boy want to review. Like it is an honest review, so it will be from our heart. We never say that cafe is bad, we just say like the service or the food is bad. Okay, I don't know why, but yeah, people love to misinterpret something. Like she say A, but then this type of people will say Z the other way. Okay. Yes. Okay, next, how to make social media less toxic. First, do not believe everything you see on internet unless you see it by yourself. Because nowadays people love to like believe everything they saw on internet. One of it I saw in Facebook. So when you get your vaccine, okay, you will die after 2-3 years. Yes. Who are you? And then some people will agree with it. Yeah, if you get vaccine you will die. Okay, that's it. Next, be real you or be yourself. Okay, on the internet, like on the social media, you need to be yourself. Don't even think to be another people, okay? Just be yourself because yourself is a great person. Next thing is spreading positivity. In this century, all you need to do is just spread positive, because when people read it down, when people read it, they will make them happy. It will make them happy, when someone say like, oh, you are so pretty, you are so caring, and that people will be like, oh really, and it will make their day. Yeah, okay, so spread positive. Next is my main topic, why social media toxicity should be punished by law. This is because when this type of people who I'm talking is about these toxic people, they will not be scared unless they are punished by the law. Because if we, the normal people, talk to them, they will just ignore it. So yeah. Uh, yeah. If we as a normal person like talk to them, they will just like keep continue what they want to do. If the law punish them, maybe they will, like insaf. Sorry, miss, I don't know. Okay. As you know, in South Korea, it is one of the country that suicide that has suicide case many. This is one of the reason because of the standard of beauty. In South Korea, if you are fat or you don't have a white skin, you will be like it will be a hate, like people will hate you if you are a tan skin or you are fat, because their standard of beauty are so high. Okay, so that's why in South Korea, one of the reason of suicide because of that. Yeah, as you can see, like this is so toxic, social media is toxic until it can end others people's life. When you say something, even if you think it's a small thing, but that person who feel it will feel suffer, if you say like, oh, you are not pretty, like she's prettier than you, something like that. If you compare people or you say something about her physical, it will, suffer her, and yeah, make a decision to kill herself. Yeah, so don't do that. And the worst is the next generation will having a hard time, because when our generation will not do anything, is not doing anything, then the next generation will having the hard time with the toxic of the social media. So this is how to prevent social media toxicity. Like the first one I talked, but this is the next one. So you should report. I will read a few of it. You should report hate speech whenever you scroll your social media, your TikTok or your Twitter or your Facebook. When you see the hate speech, you should report it, like immediately, like report, or just report it when you see hate comments or hate speech on other person account. The next is you should show empathy and not aggressive. Like, okay, when that people is sad, okay, you should have an empathy toward her or him rather than being mad at her or him. Like they are sad. If you say something aggressive, it will make more sad. Yeah, it will make them sadder. So okay, this one is most important. Defend users from bullies. You know what? If you defend them from bullies, you are like superhero. I really like respect you if you defend them, because maybe you can save their life. Maybe they will think to kill yourself or to do something to themselves, but when you defend them, it will make them happy. Okay? Next is you should ban and block repeat offenders. Okay, when you see that type of person, that toxic person, you should block and ban her, and spread it to others, like these people are so toxic, they say something to the that thing. Okay, my time almost finished. Okay, do not involve yourself unless you have to. This is example. The example is like this. Okay, so if there are okay, two girls are fighting each other on social media, you cannot get involved. Like you cannot just hurt one party. You need to hurt two party or three party or four party. You need to hear all them all first and make a conclusion. Just don't suddenly involve yourself, like, oh, this A is so bad, I know this girl, blah 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 blah. If you know that, okay, if you don't know, you don't make a conclusion towards them. maybe like you accuse a wrong person. We don't know, right? Maybe you accusing wrong person. So that would be another way of story if you're accusing a wrong person doing bad things. Okay? Okay, last but not least, I would like to show you a video, but I don't know if you can see. I will bring this laptop near to you. Okay, this how you solve this is how social media is ruining your life. This is really okay. Wait, I will show you if you can see.
Cruel social media remarks. Facebook comments have been pouring in after 4 people died while hiking.
You're dealing with an addicted generation.
This is a big time bomb ticking.
These kids who commit suicide, you go look at their Instagrams, you would have no clue.
Mr. Zuckerberg, would you be comfortable sharing with us the name of the hotel you stayed in last night?
No. People who spend more time on Facebook suffer higher rates of depression than people who spend less time on Facebook. It'll destroy relationships, it'll cost time, and it'll cost money, and it'll make your life worse.
To be human means that you are persuadable in every single moment. It doesn't matter what language you speak, it doesn't matter how intelligent you are. It's not about what someone knows, it's about how your mind actually works.
We now know that many of the major social media companies hire individuals called attention engineers who borrow principles from Las Vegas casino gambling, among other places, to try to make these products as addictive as possible.
We are all vulnerable to social approval. We really care what other people think of us. When you upload a new photo of yourself on Facebook, that's a moment where our mind is very vulnerable to knowing what other people think of my new profile photo. And so when we get new likes on our profile photo, Facebook, knowing this, could actually message me and say, oh, you have new likes on your profile photo. It knows that we'll be vulnerable to that moment because we all really care about when we're tagged in a photo or when we have a new profile photo. I mean, I think we can all feel it. And it's as if we've been infected. It's as if they've drilled a hole in the back of our head and now they've injected the virus and now we walk around searching for feedback using social media. We know that engagement with social media and our cell phones releases a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine is the exact same chemical that makes us feel good when we smoke, when we drink, and when we gamble. In other words, it's highly, highly addictive. You have an entire generation that has access to an addictive, numbing chemical called dopamine through social media and cell phones as they're going through the high stress. They don't have the coping mechanisms to deal with stress. So when significant stress starts to show up in their lives, they're not turning to a person, they're turning to social media. They're turning to these things which offer temporary relief. We know, the science is clear, we know that people who spend more time on Facebook suffer higher rates of depression than people who spend less time on Facebook. That's a problem. That's an addiction. If you're sitting in a meeting with people you're supposed to be listening to and speaking, and you put your phone on the table, you're just not that important to me. So you have an addicted generation that doesn't have the skill set to ask for help. Combined with the fact that they're so good at Facebook and Instagram, they're good at putting filters on everything. So they're good at showing you how smart and strong they are. These kids who commit suicide, you go look at their Instagrams, you would have no clue that they were depressed.
People look like they have a much better life than they really do. People are posting pictures of when they're really happy.
So this is really happened to our generation right now. People very addict to social media. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, that video is example of how social media ruining your life. So at the end of this video today, I would like to finish my presentation for today. Thank you, Miss. I am very sorry for my grammar and for my mixing Malay and English words and my boredness presentation. Bye, Miss. Thank you.